The main reason why I do this channel is to help creatives, to offer some art advice, to maybe help them become better artists, make money at their art. Unfortunately, there's some people that they really just don't get it, and I don't know that they ever will. Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome, mad creators, to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. The other thing we do on this channel is just talk about art, talk about maybe how to become better artists, how to make money at your art. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And if you're struggling with that, this might be a good video for you, because you may be one of those people that are sort of just in the wrong mindset, and hopefully we can change that around if you're open to it. But it's not easy, it does take work, and that's kind of the the reality of the situation. We're going to talk about that. We're going to also do a blueprint drawing. So yeah, let's get into that. As I mentioned in the intro, one of the main reasons why I do this channel is to kind of give back to other artists and help them avoid some of the mistakes that I've made in the past. Because believe it or not, I was there going through a lot of the stuff that some of you guys are, that are maybe just starting off or struggling with your art. So I don't want you to go through that, because it really, it does pain me when I see people that they just don't get it, and I just worry that they're gonna have to sort of give up on something they really love because they're just not in the right mindset, and maybe they aren't open to taking some of the steps that it does take to actually, be successful doing this, if that is your goal. So I have a few videos about Fiverr, and if you've seen any of those videos, you will know that I am not a fan of Fiverr for a number of reasons. I think if you type in Fiverr rant in Google search, or not Google search, but in the YouTube search, then you will see, my videos will probably pop right up. So there's a number of reasons why I'm not a fan of Fiverr. Number one, it just devalues artists. It is basically just a race to the bottom. Everyone is trying to, who can do this artwork for the least amount possible. And when you're talking about $5, and I understand that some people can charge more, but the whole mindset around that website is that you can get artwork for like dirt cheap. And it just devalues artists, it devalues the art. And I am not a fan of that. The other thing is, because of that, it has created a situation where, you just can't create great artwork and get paid nothing for it, because it takes time to create. So what ends up happening is most of the artwork on there is just stolen from other people outright. Fiverr is bad for the artists, of course, but it's also bad for the clients, because if a client commissions an artist on Fiverr to do work for them, and they get that work, and then let's say they put it in an ad campaign, they're printing up brochures or whatever the case is, then they find that artwork is stolen, they get a cease and desist. They've spent all that money on printing, because the sad truth is maybe they don't want to pay an artist that much, but there's very few printers that are just going to do work for nothing. So they're paying the money, the printing, and then what do they do now? They've got to reprint all that stuff. They've got to find another artist. They're probably going to have to go to somebody that knows what they're talking about, pay more, and they've just wasted a ton of money. And the platform, Fiverr itself, they take no responsibility for all that. Sure, they'll refund you for whatever the artist charged. Like if you paid an artist $5 or $10 or $20 to do work, maybe they'll give you that money back. But what about the hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars? Although I can't think of too many people that would hire an artist on Fiverr for like a major ad campaign that's going to cost thousands of dollars. I don't know, but they're out all that money, so it's not good for the client, definitely not good for the artist. Because here's the thing, the people that want to pay the least amount for artists are always the worst clients to work for, because they have, again, they don't value the art. So why would they care if they're giving you tons and tons of revisions, or they don't, they're just out there to make a quick buck, or they don't understand the business. And it's just, yeah, Fiverr is not good for anyone but the people who run Fiverr, the people that own Fiverr. Now, inevitably, I will get a comment in the section saying, I'm on Fiverr and I make money from it, or I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who's making money on Fiverr. Okay, if that's the case, those are outliers, and I'm still pretty certain that, most people on Fiverr, even like the top earners, could probably be doing better if they weren't on the platform, if they were doing that themselves. But I could go on and on about this ad nauseum, and I have in other videos. I may revisit it again because some of those videos are a little older and it's always needs some reminding. But I just wanted to put that out there to kind of let you know my thoughts on Fiverr and let you know why this was odd that this whole video that I'm doing right now was sparked by a comment. I'm going to read that comment. So I received a message from somebody who, on that Fiverr video, it's basically entitled Fiverr Sucks. And I'm guessing the person probably didn't watch the video because the way they commented on it led me to believe that if they did watch it, they didn't learn anything from that video. They probably just did like a YouTube search and looked for any Fiverr video and then went into the comment section on any Fiverr video and started kind of spamming their Fiverr account. And this is sort of what that is, but there's more to it than that. And if it seems like I'm angry, I'm not angry. I'm a bit saddened by this because when I see comments like the one that I'm gonna read, it's just like some people are just clueless, and it's just sad because, you know, I want people to succeed with their artwork, and judging by the way this is written, I don't think this is a person that might ever be able to do that because they don't get it. So I'm gonna read the comment verbatim as is. I will remove any reference to who the person is. You know, and there is some broken English, but to me that's not a problem. I mean, I understand that a lot of people on Fiverr are in other countries, and English might be their second language. And for somebody like me who only speaks one language, the fact that you can speak two or more is pretty impressive. So I am going to read it as is, and there is some broken English, but it's intelligible and everything. So anyway, here it goes. Hello everyone. I draw vector arts, semi-realistic and chibi drawings of your picture. Kind of sad that artists like me with no reputation makes me want to stop draw. I'm just new on Fiverr. You can try me out, guys. Just search my Fiverr username, and then it gives the username. You can also watch my samples on my Facebook page, blank blank art. I hope somebody will notice me, sad face. And the sad face is pretty apropos because I mean, isn't that like the saddest thing ever when you hear that? I mean, this person wants to stop drawing because no one's, you know, and no one's finding them on Fiverr, and they just hope somebody's gonna notice them on Fiverr. I don't want anyone to quit drawing. I mean, I want people to succeed in drawing, but I wouldn't know what to tell a person like this other than what I'm putting out there now. And hopefully this might sink into some people, and maybe they can, if they are sort of in this mindset, that they can change that and start working in another direction that will help them succeed with their artwork, and hopefully, you know, maybe even make money from their artwork. Now, I don't have any idea what this person's skill level is, but just for argument's sake, let's say they're a competent artist. But there is this myth that if you do great artwork, that you are just gonna get discovered, that people are just gonna find it, and, you know, people are gonna love it, and you're just gonna be successful, and that's all you have to do is do great artwork. Now, obviously great artwork is part of it, but that's only a very small part. Sometimes it is a small part compared to all the other things you have to do. Now, believe me, I've been there before. I used to think the same way. When I was young and I was trying to break into comics, I had this idea, and I've talked about this lots of times, but I had this crazy idea that, you know, I was gonna send some samples out, and then I'm gonna get a phone call out of the blue from Stan Lee. Is Scott Serkland there? This is Stan Lee from Marvel Comics. I saw your submissions. I'm sending a limo out to your house. We're gonna drive you over to Marvel Studios. We're gonna set you up, and on Monday you start on the Fantastic Four. How does that sound? I mean, that's the vision I had in my head. I thought that's how it worked. And, you know, just put your artwork out there, send it out, and then, yeah, everything's gonna come to you, and it's gonna be all fine and dandy, and rainbows and butterflies and all that stuff. And there's a lot more to it than that. Art is a business. I mean, it doesn't have to be a business. You can do it for fun or as a hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. But because this person is on Fiverr, and Fiverr is a platform to quote unquote make money with your art, it stands to reason that this person wants to make money off of their artwork. So I'm going to put them in the category of probably not maybe a hobbyist or for fun now, but wants to do more with it, wants to make an income out of this. So art is a business, and you have to treat it like a business. And that involves marketing, and there's a right or wrong way to market your artwork, and that is not going in a YouTuber's comment section and saying, hey, can you check out my work? No one else will notice me. I hope you'll find it. Because that's not effective. No one is gonna go to that. I guarantee you. I'm mentioning this comment, and actually I went back to find this comment on that video, and I couldn't even find it. I had to dig for it. So it's deep down in there somewhere, and this is a recent comment. So there's other more, I don't know how YouTube figures that, but there's other more relevant comments. So that one's way deep, some in there. So no one's gonna see that, all right? If that's not going to help you. And a lot of times if you're putting links and things in there, they're going to go in the spam anyway. So doing that's not an effective way to market your work. You have to be proactive, and again, proactive is not just advertising in the YouTube comments section on somebody's channel. And you can't just sit around and wait that somebody is going to notice you. Fiverr is not the way to make a career out of art. And maybe there's exceptions. Maybe there are a few people out there who've made it work, but those are the outliers. I've had so many people come to me because they tried to hire somebody on Fiverr and it just wasn't good, or people struggling on there, and you just listen to the list of videos on Fiverr, and there's not a lot of people that are just like, Fiverr's great, other than the people that just think they're getting a great deal on something like that. Not too many artists saying that. And the ones that do, the ones that say they are making some, when they kind of elaborate on it, they're really not making a lot of money, especially for the work they're probably putting in. Why is Fiverr so massive? Why are there so many people on there? Part of it is because they're advertising all over the place, because they've got the money to do so, because it's like this huge platform. And the reason that is because it is the lowest hanging fruit. It's the easiest. If you want to be an artist, I mean, that's the first thing. Oh, I go to this website, I put my stuff on there, and then maybe people will find me, and I just wait and hope that I don't have to do anything else other than uploading my stuff, and it'll be great, because people are just going to magically find me on there when there's about 1 billion other people on there, other artists and everything. That's the crazy thing, is that in the comment it says, kind of sad that artists like me with no reputation makes me want to stop drawing. No reputation. So even a platform like Fiverr, you've got to take the time to build an audience on that. Why would you do that? Why would you take the time to sink all your effort, all your time into building an audience on Fiverr, somebody else's platform? The only thing you're going to get in there is basically just all this low-paying work. You're competing with all these other artists for the worst jobs available, and for what? So that you can fight over scraps? I mean, it's ridiculous. If you have to actually take all that time and you have to build a reputation on a platform like Fiverr, don't do that. Spend that effort on other things that's gonna actually do better for you. It makes zero sense at all. And you can do that through many other means. There's other social media platforms that you can use to get the word out about your artwork. You just have to be creative about it and not just rely on some platform that's just taking advantage of artists. So recently I started getting into doing merch by Amazon and Amazon KDP. And if you're not familiar with those are, merch by Amazon is a platform on Amazon where you can upload, t-shirt designs. I think they've got like pop sockets and maybe phone cases now, and they're going to be expanding and getting all kinds of other print-on-demand products where you can design it, you can upload your design, and they'll print it out and ship it when somebody orders it. KDP is sort of similar. It stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, where you can publish books on the platform. And so I'm publishing like coloring books and things like that. I will talk about this in future videos, but most of the people on those platforms are hiring artists on Fiverr to do the work for, their book covers or their interiors or their t-shirt designs. And to be honest, they're all pretty bad. I watch a lot of content on how to do this stuff, to learn the marketing and everything on how to market my work on these platforms. And the majority of the people on there aren't really artists. They're hiring people on Fiverr, or they're using clip art or whatever the case is to design their products and putting them out there. And it's just a slew of horrible artwork and after horrible artwork. But you know, to me, that gives an opportunity to artists, people that are, you know, able to come up with a good design. Or maybe if you're just starting off and you're okay artist but not that great, you're still probably going to be better than a lot of the stuff out there. But this is a platform that people are using, people on Fiverr, to make money off of, you know, hiring them for super cheap, turning around and making tons of money. To be honest, a lot of these people are making really good livings, when all an artist would have to do is do the research, learn how they're doing it, and do it themselves. Because I think it's easier for an artist to learn the marketing than it is for a marketer to learn how to be a great artist. So, I mean, that's an opportunity right there. So maybe instead of waiting around on Fiverr, uploading your stuff, hoping that you'll get some work from that, look into some of these platforms and find there's all kinds of ways to make money off your artwork. But it does involve some research and some digging and a lot of trial and error and testing things out. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. It's not easy. But apparently neither is building an audience on Fiverr, which seems like just an exercise in futility to me. Now, anytime I talk about Fiverr, there is the argument in the comment section of people that are like, well, I'm in another country where $5 can be like a week's worth of groceries. But here's the thing, KDP and merch by Amazon, to my knowledge, they're open to everyone. There is, like with merch, I think you have to be tiered in, but you're not excluded if you're in another country. You've got the same ability to do that. I mean, you've got, sometimes you're on a waiting list, or sometimes you have to show, you know, stuff that you've done prior to get accepted, and getting accepted to merch by Amazon does have its challenges, but that isn't closed off to you, just like it's not closed off to anyone in any other country, to my knowledge. So imagine if $5 is worth a week's worth of groceries. Imagine what $1,000 or $10,000 a month would be. And there are people on these platforms making $10,000 plus a month. That's not the majority, but there are a lot of people that are, like I said, making, you know, $1,000 a month, publishing books on KDP or merch by Amazon. And again, these are only two examples that I'm giving. There are so many other ways to make money off your artwork. So if you are in a country where the dollar's a little weaker, you're actually, in a lot of ways, you're in a better position, because instead of fighting over this $5, you could be making what in your country is like almost like being maybe a millionaire or something in some other country where the dollar is a little stronger. But you need to make the effort, you need to invest the time. That information is out there. I've been watching tons of videos on KDP and merch by Amazon, and it's all out there. You just have to, you know, you have to do the research, do the work, and just stop trying to take the easy way out and just waiting and hoping, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You could get lucky, maybe, but you know, I don't play the lottery for that reason. And that's basically what it is. You're playing the lottery if you think you're just going to put something up there and people are just going to find you. You could get lucky. I don't know. Very rarely does that happen. And the harsh reality is that good artwork alone is not going to make you successful. And no, that's not fair, but unfortunately a lot of things in this world are not fair. And it took me a while to realize this. So why listen to some old guy with crazy hair and a green lab coat? Because I was there. You know, it took me a while to figure all this stuff out. And I don't want you to go through the same struggles that I've gone through. And if you happen to be younger, I mean, that's a huge advantage, because if you can avoid all this stuff and you've got way more time on your hands, it took me a while to learn all this stuff. And of course I can't teach you everything in one video. But get on the right track. Start realizing that there's more to it than just, you know, putting your stuff out there, sitting, waiting, hoping that somebody's going to find you. Put the work in. You got to keep putting the work in, because you know, it takes time. Everything that I've kind of worked on, you know, I could have easily given up on because it didn't happen right away. And even like with YouTube, it's still, you know, I'm still working at it. But I know when you put in that hard work, eventually it will pay off. It will pay dividends, and you will start to see the results of all the time and effort that you put in. And then it, you know, it just kind of gets better from there. But it doesn't come from like a platform like Fiverr or anything like that. So I hope this helps. All right, that's just going to about do it for another episode. But I want to know, let me know, have you guys ever tried Fiverr? Do you have Fiverr horror stories? Is there somebody out there where it actually worked for you? Have you gotten over that hump of just putting your stuff out there, hoping that somebody's going to find it? What's working for you? What's not working for you? Let me know in the comment sections. I want to hear, because, you know, maybe it's something that I can help you out with. Maybe we can make a content of another video. I mean, this is all something we got to work at. We got to stick together. We got to find unique ways and original ways, not just the easy roads, not just Fiverr and these 99 designs and all this other stuff out there like that. There's better ways to make money at artwork, and I want to see everyone succeed. So, and you're not, you know, in my opinion, you aren't going to succeed by Fiverr or some of these other sites. Prove me wrong. Let me know in the comment section if you don't agree, or if you do. Anyway, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media, and now you can support the work that I do on Patreon. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.